Hey everybody, it's Charlie from Daily Motor. Welcome to the live drive of the 2022 Toyota Sienna. Now despite its very ugly face, this is quite a good car. We're going to spend the next hour or so telling you why. Let us know if you're in the chat. Sorry we're a little bit late there. I saw a few people already in. Hey there, all of you commenting already, Will and Lucy and whoever else might be in the chat already. We're going to go through around the car for a few minutes or so and then start getting to our chats from the back. Without further ado, 2022 Toyota Sienna. Right off the bat, we should point out that Nathan was not able to make it with us today. He too, unfortunately, was driving a Stellantis vehicle when it spontaneously combusted. So rest in peace, Nathan and Chris Brower. But Alyssa and I are still here. She's behind the camera and I'm here to show you this big grill. It's probably a good thing Nathan's not here because he might have been consumed by this giant thing. It is quite the face, and I don't really understand the justification for why Toyota thought this was the right way to style their minivan. Maybe they just wanted it to stand out. I don't know. But what do you think, Liz?
I think it looks like, yeah, all jokes aside, I mean, this is a joke is what I'm going to say, so I don't want it to be harsh, but this is a giant van. You could say it's a whale of a van. And the grill is its weird, like, thistle-like teeth.
For getting krill. And,
for getting the krill out.
Yeah,
so yeah.
Filtering it in. Yeah, you're right.
Yep. So this is a whale.
And so much of this grill is not functional. Look in here. This is the only bit that actually serves function to cool the car.
You can actually
all
see the radiator.
Of this is just hard plastic.
Yeah.
That's
down there, you've got some.
There you got some down there.
It opens up again down there, but yeah.
And then all of up here, just styling. So it's just kind of funny. It's like
silly.
I don't know. I wouldn't have designed it this way. And we can see that just because vans are big and bulbous doesn't mean they have to be unattractive. The Pacifica looks quite good. The Kia Carnival looks quite good. Even the Odyssey has a nice Honda-esque look to it. So it's strange that Toyota just made it look so weird. I do like this paint though.
Yeah.
We'll get the name of it when we're inside. It's a little overcast today, so it's not really popping.
Right.
But in the sunshine, it really does look quite nice. And making it around the rest of the van, I mean, it just looks like and minivan.
And minivan.
There's nothing wrong with it. Although this is kind of strange as well. Let me point out, these look like nice wheels, but then you start to notice this weird texture on here. This is plastic. This is a plastic hubcap. In fact, we can probably pull it off. Let's see. Is it the type that's supposed to come off? Maybe not. It seems pretty solid on there, but there's very much plastic over the metal, and I don't quite understand why Toyota needed to do that. Just make a normal metal wheel. Why with the hubcap?
Well, I can understand, you know, after years and years of ownership, the wheel starts to look a little corroded, starts to look a little gross. And I imagine it'd be easier and cheaper to just replace the plastic when that starts to get a little gross. So then you're not spending $400 or $500 plus on new wheels if you want them to continue to look good. So I get that if that's what they're going for.
That's a possible perspective.
Cheaper ownership.
Right.
Yeah.
But then the rest of the car is going to look dated and your wheels are going to look brand new. I don't know.
Yeah,
that's possible. You might be right. It's, maybe Toyota can chime in for why they did that. Because it is a minivan, function typically follows form, or vice versa, it leads form. So one thing you see right off the bat here is how low this load surface is. I mean, we're talking nearly my knees. Wow. And that's important when you're talking about little Asian women who are going to have to be using this. Well, that's one of the large demographics of Siennas. It's an Asian van, and therefore, small Asian women use it.
Ah, look at that.
These folded. Oh, that's some weight. You gotta have some height into there. That would be tough.
Gotta have the man do that.
Person to do, but yeah, if you're loading things in here, a stroller or dog food bags or something like that, I mean, it's not a
right. That's incredibly low.
Distance. Yeah.
What for me, it goes up to just over my knees to my thighs.
Yeah.
Just right here. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Absolutely. And you've got really cool things like 2 plugs in this car that actually have 1,500 maximum watts, so you could power an entire hairdryer off this thing if you wanted to. So that's pretty darn cool.
Wow.
Yep.
Very nice.
We can make our way into the 3rd row here in a sec, but yeah, look how low this is. I mean,
this is really low.
I'm almost hitting my head here.
Yeah. I kind of like that.
Right, yeah, because again, vans function, they're much more about the functionality than an SUV.
Yeah.
It's all about
woo!
hydraulics helping us out there. And then you got this big center well, and it's kind of cool. Toyota included this net. Should you want to, I don't know, be able to keep some groceries sliding around.
Where does it go?
I don't quite know.
Does it go up here?
Yeah, probably. Uh-oh, am I clicking something?
I don't think so.
So I don't exactly know what the point of that would be then. It's...
Oh, wait a minute.
can you put things in it?
I think you can put things in it. Let me try to get this. Actually, that's really hard.
It's hard to do one-handed.
Yeah. You do it. Well, I will film it. Oops.
Yeah,
it's hard. The elastic is fresh.
Yeah, and it's braided right here, so it's kind of difficult to get it around. There we are.
Okay. It opens up.
Look at that. You could put your groceries right in here and it would actually hang down.
Yeah.
That's kind of nifty.
I like that. I wonder what this little thing... Oh, it connects it. Wait a second. No, never mind.
Yeah.
Yeah. But this is a little... It's got a little grabber right here.
Little grabber.
Little grabber. I wonder if it connects back to here. I don't know. Okay, that's neat.
Yeah. So let's hop on in the back. We can check out the third row, get some comments.
Okay. I never know how to open van doors. Oh, that was easy.
Let's see. How does one move these seats?
Yeah, look at that. Oh. Oh. Okay, I didn't see Charlie do that, so I'm gonna try to figure it out. That's the wrong way. How do I push these in?
Probably use two hands.
Pull the lever and push it down. That's as far down as it goes.
Okay.
Wow, okay.
And then, yeah, just pull that
Do
lever.
this.
Yep.
Other one, huh?
Yep.
Which one? The one on the side or the...
No, just the big one? Just give it a pull. Yeah. And then the whole thing.
There's
slides
two
forward.
levers right next to each other. I wasn't sure which one it was.
Yeah.
That's actually a really large amount of space to jump into. I mean, I'm not a large person, so it might be less for people that are bigger than me, but shoot, I'm only bent like one way.
Yeah. And these could come back towards you if you wanted. How do these go?
Oh, I never liked that about vehicles. If you pull the back seat of it, it stops moving.
Yeah.
So you gotta pull the bottom of it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna leave it like that.
Okay. Got a decent amount of room. Oh look, you got little tiny baby shades.
That's really cute. Baby shades. And look at all these buttons.
Yeah, you got
Is that for your volume on and off?
Mm-hmm, for if you're watching the giant screen that's up there. Yep. You got that.
Wow.
You can plug in headphones right here so you can hear.
That's really nice.
And then you got USB A and C over on that side.
Not on yours though?
Nope.
Huh.
I guess the charging needs to happen on the right.
I guess so.
So who do we got in the chat after
right.
Will and Lucy?
We've got Fidget Club, who is actually Lucy.
Right.
We've got Mukisa Sarafusa that says hello, Charlie and Melissa.
Hello.
Hi, man. William says, I know you guys aren't fans of the looks, but honestly, I don't love it or hate it. At least it's not one of the trims with all the useless sporty stuff.
That is a good point.
Yeah.
Yeah,
sporty
it's
stuff
honest,
on a van.
Kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is not like an F Sport or something.
Yeah. Mukisa says he's not a fan of Toyota at all, but does like the fuel economy the Sienna gets.
Yeah, it's really impressive.
Yep. All right. Hello, Yas and
Hey.
Xavier and NC Styles.
What's going on, guys? Good to have you in, Yas. How's your Tacoma running? Yas, I don't know if we mentioned in any of the live drives yet, maybe you heard, but Nathan and I actually drove cross country in a Tacoma because our father bought one.
Oh.
So we picked it up in Portland, Oregon, and drove it all the way back to Michigan in 3 days. And it was interesting. It's not exactly a highway cruiser, but it's a neat truck.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm curious how your your Tacoma life is going and how you're missing your Tesla, because we miss our Tesla, even though we have our Maverick.
Tesla. Especially with, it's probably more expensive anywhere else, I imagine, but our $4 per gallon gas.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Yeah. The Pittsburgh Man is also in the chat, says
Hey,
hello.
glad we got Bhatti in.
Right. Yas says this is his dream car.
Really?
Just kidding.
Oh. Hey, man. I'm not gonna judge. I love minivans.
And the Pittsburgh Man says the Toyota needs air to cool all its turbos and superchargers.
Of course.
William says these are everywhere in Seattle, running around as Uber XLs.
Yeah, this would be the ultimate Uber XL vehicle. In fact, I think we rode in one in Vegas. I think we had a white Sienna
I think we did.
Uber.
He says economical, practical.
Reliable, yeah.
He says your haircut looks nice.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. And then Pittsburgh Man also said Charlie with a fresh cut. Guys, I cut his hair.
Sure did.
I did.
Yeah, Alyssa's adding another credential to her long distinguished list, and now hairstylist.
Yeah, I guess.
As well.
Yeah, says I drove my brother's rental Pacifica last week, and it was pretty decent.
I love the Pacifica.
And I know it drives better than this turd. Capital T.
Yeah, yeah. It's the Pacifica's good. I'd be really hard for me to choose which one I'd take. Probably take the Pacifica plug-in, and just hope that it doesn't catch on fire.
Say hello to Joshua John.
Hey, Joshua John. Glad to have you in.
Xavier said, "Do you know what's inside a tire?" And Yas said, "Air."
Thanks, Yas.
Yep. And for your comment earlier, the Pittsburgh Man said, I can confirm my Filipino girlfriend and her family have owned 2 Siennas.
There you go.
So I guess you're not wrong.
Yeah, no, I stand by that one.
Yep.
It's not like it's a negative stereotype. It's just they're practical people and, you know, practical car.
Miran says if it doesn't have the vacuum like the Odyssey, I don't want it.
That's true. This van does not suck. In fact, Alyssa, I was pointing out to Alyssa earlier on the way over here that this van is actually really low on features compared to a lot of the other minivans.
Interesting.
That's like most Toyotas, they're kind of behind the curve in terms of the what you're getting in the vehicle on paper, but in practice, it just gives you what you need.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Okay. Xavier is asking for a sound test and test drive on a 22 Mazda 3.
We've got one coming. It's going to be a turbo with premium package, unfortunately, but it's coming.
Yeah. At least you'll have a sound test, although that might be a premium system in that one.
Did he ask for the bass?
No, just a...
Yeah, it'll be the Bose sound system. I might not do a full-on sound test, I'm not sure, but I'll at least do a members-only test. We'll see. I'm going to take a look. Whenever we get vehicles that I've had before and tested before, I take a look at the old test and see if there's anything that needs freshening up.
I'm sure, Xavier, you could convince Charlie to do a full sound test, though, if you wanted.
Yeah.
Okay. Mohammed says hi, and so does Audi Fanboy.
Hello, both of you. We haven't had Audi in a while.
I know.
Nice.
Welcome back.
A lot of people loving the Sienna. They're tuning in.
Christian Nunez is asking if 4Runner or Tacoma are getting a redesign soon.
Yes, there will be a new Tacoma, and apparently it's really, really cool. I know from a source that it's supposed to be super neat.
Cool. Yeah, says the Tacoma is doing great. He does miss his Tesla, though.
Okay.
Congrats to your dad, and definitely not great on long road trips.
There you go. Cool.
The Big Loser is asking how this compares to the previous generation.
I didn't really spend any time in the previous generation Sienna, but I gotta imagine it's pretty much better across the board, especially in that fuel economy.
William says, would be sick to see Toyota shoehorn the prime powertrain in here.
I agree. Plug-in hybrid minivan, Pacifica, that's what I'm talking about. Let's do a quick pause and head up to the second row, and then we'll catch up on the next one.
We actually finished them all.
Oh, wow.
So
look at that. We're on the same vibe.
Yep.
Let's sneak on up here. You can see there's little side compartments on the second row seats. So you got your remote.
Is that a remote?
Yeah, look how old school this remote looks.
It's pretty old school.
Probably can't turn this on without the car being on, but
Man.
yeah, leave it to Toyota to make a 20-year-old looking remote in a brand new car. And I've got that. There's no good place for this to live. Let me see if I can tuck it in there. It's gonna make noise regardless. There we go.
Look how tiny this is.
It's for sippy cups.
I know. I just think that's cute.
Yeah.
Although I would probably want the youngest children sitting
That's true.
there.
Well, yeah, but 8-year-old kids still use sippy cups sometimes, if they're idiots, especially in the car.
They're idiots.
And all 8-year-old kids are idiots. So, look at this. We got some recline action going on, taking a little inspiration from the Kia. Remember that? The Kia Carnival with its big old recline seats.
Is it going to be safe for me to get the button, or should I just walk around and do it again?
You can pull that thing down there, which will disengage the seat recline, and then you can slide.
Get my foot out of the way.
Yeah. There's a lot A lot of different ways you can adjust these seats. But ultimately, a good amount of recline. Comfortable, really quite comfortable. You got more shading here. Handles, air vents. I know these air vents are important for a lot of parents because they want to be able to blow cold air on their children. No panoramic sunroof, but I don't think that's a huge deal, though maybe some people in this market would want to have that panoramic sunroof. So there's that. Here you've got all sorts of climate controls. Oh wow, even heated seats. Heated second row seats in the back here. This is a platinum model, so this has got all the bells and whistles Toyota has to offer.
Very cool.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Yeah. Some larger cup holders there. Another one of these plug-ins, so if you wanted to plug in a power strip and have a PlayStation going or a laptop, there's an HDMI plug as well, so you could plug in here and use this big old screen. Some portable headphones for watching the screen. Pretty neat.
Mm-hmm.
Let's, I'm actually gonna turn this screen on. I'll let you take this for a check.
All right.
And we'll see if the screen has any special stuff.
Caution.
Or if it's just a media input, like a lot of old screens are. Oh, so you can connect your mobile device. You can actually cast your phone.
Oh, I love that.
That's kind of cool. I don't know if iPhone would be able to, but Android with Miracast would be able to.
Huh.
And then you have your HDMI and DLNA, another way to connect. Okay.
That's awesome.
It's a pretty decent size screen, though.
Yeah,
Resolution's
I think
not
it's pretty
fantastic, but yeah. Cool. All right.
Very nice. Everybody, look how reclined Charlie is.
Yeah, I am comfy.
Look how
back
comfy
here.
he is.
I could be chillin'.
This is
I mean,
awesome.
vans are great for road trips. That's where it's at.
I think these seats are like the ultimate road trip seat.
Not quite as good as those Kia ones that like went full on recline back,
yeah.
but this is pretty darn close.
That's pretty darn close.
Yeah. Yep. These big handles too. These things are meaty and they're rubbery. So it's like up here's hard.
Oh, I see it.
Up here's rubbery, so you can really get a good grip on there. And
It's like the steering wheel in our truck.
yeah, yeah, rubber. Neat.
Nice.
Okay.
All right.
Some comments?
Sure. Yeah. Lucy likes the screen.
Good.
Xavier is asking to honk the corn using the key fob. Do I have an option on that?
It should be. Let's see if we can do it from inside. The car's on right now, so. I actually don't want to set off the panic right here though, so I'll try to remember to honk the horn when we're rolling.
When we're rolling. Okay. Is it an option though on the key fob?
Oh, it's got
The panic? Okay,
Yeah.
got it. The Pittsburgh Man is asking if you would prefer this or the Kia for the second and third row.
Probably the Kia, probably this, because the Kia had that stupid, at least in the top level trim, had that stupid setup where it was really difficult to get into the third row. Now I haven't tested
That's right.
a Kia with a lower trim that doesn't have that setup, but I think the Kia is probably a little bit more comfortable.
Is that the one with the orange interior that we were in? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, Kia's actually probably got a nicer backseat area than this. This feels more basic.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Say hello to Aiden Vance. He says hi.
Aiden Vance.
And the Pittsburgh Man says, I always look like an excited kid when reviewing minivans for some reason.
Well, it's because there's a lot to be excited about in a minivan.
I just look like a kid. All right, cool.
Sweet, let's head on up to the front and do some actual driving. So far, this has just been a live sit.
A live demonstrate.
Yes. Alyssa and I were commenting on how this color, although it's brown, almost kind of looks purplish. It's like brown with a hint of purple.
Yeah, I think it's purpley.
Got a lot of tech going on up here, relatively speaking, I should say. We've got head-up display, big old Toyota gauge cluster. We've got standard Toyota infotainment, and one of these camera mirrors, which is definitely useful in a van. I'm gonna see if we can zoom it out at all, though, because it's quite zoomed in. Let's see. Nope, it's all the way zoomed out. All right.
Wow.
Okay.
Interesting.
Heated steering wheel, heated seats. Surprisingly, oh yeah, no, we do have cold seats.
Okay.
All right. Plenty of USB-A's and USB-C's. Like that, we've got a USB up here.
Oh, that's
And then-
really neat that it's so close to the driver's.
Right. And then you've got 2 right there, an A and a C, and 2 in there, an A and a C.
That's really nice.
These are all just for power, whereas that one will actually provide data should you want to do Apple CarPlay or Android Auto.
Ah, if you put your phone here.
Yes.
Also, Apple CarPlay and Android Auto?
I don't think it has wireless. I'm not sure. I think you have to be wired.
I would like wireless.
We can check the Monroney here in a little bit.
Yeah. Ooh, speaking of, how much is this thing?
I think it's 55 grand, 52. It's a little pricey.
It's gonna be in there?
Should be in there. Yeah. Let's start.
55, 52?
It's somewhere like that, yeah. I remember Nathan and I thinking it was in the 40s and then finding out it was in the 50s and going like, oof.
Let's see. Yeah. 55.
$55,000 for your over.
$55,042.
That $2 is where they get you.
42.
Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting. Okay. Do you remember what the competitors are
Priced at? Fairly similarly. I mean, the thing is dealers always want to have a top dog model that they can charge out the butt for, because if someone comes in there and they're willing to spend that kind of money, then hey, why not let them? That's how the dealers see it. Yep. So I don't suspect many people will spring for this top tier platinum model, but again, if you've got some family that wants to ball out on their family mover, then hey, here you go.
This trim is the top trim.
Yes. This is probably about the most expensive Sienna you could get.
Okay.
Quick side note, the heated steering wheel is only heated right here and right here, not on the top or bottom. I don't like that. Pet peeve of mine. It's petty test.
Yeah, says that's expensive.
Yeah, it is.
And the Pittsburgh Man says, Miran says, I'm shocked that it doesn't come with a VCR port.
Hey, Miran. And yeah, I am too. It would be a pretty standard Toyota move.
Says at the end of the day, it's a Toyota. If it came with a VCR, I wouldn't be surprised.
Yep. Yeah, Miran, what is your general vibe with Toyota? Because I feel like you're probably kind of meh on them because you sort of like cutting edge tech. But, I mean, are there any Toyotas that, or maybe like cars or models or something that you'd be like, yeah, I'd go with Toyota for this, or Lexus maybe?
The Pittsburgh Man says, Scotty Kilmer approves this live drive.
Yeah, he would. Scotty loves Toyotas. Well, ultimately, the more time you spend with cars and working on cars and dealing with broken cars, you just realize that sometimes you just want something that is going to work day in and day out, and Toyota is the brand that provides that. They've built that reputation, done a darn good job with it. So yeah, if I were a mechanic, I'd probably preach Toyota too, and I've already kind of shifted that way, just in that I'm like, well, you know, why we just spend a little more up front and get a reliable product.
NC Style says Velar goes for that amount.
Yes, you could get a Velar for that much, but with the Velar, you're not getting a DVD player. Or reliability in any sense of the term.
Would you choose the Carnival, the Odyssey, or the Sienna?
Sienna.
Really?
Yeah, I'm a sucker for fuel economy.
That's true.
And I wasn't super wowed with the Carnival. It was like, oh, this is neat, but at the end of the day, it's just another van. The top two in the class for me are Sienna and Pacifica.
Yeah.
It's pretty much, if you need the stow and go and you want more luxury, you get the Pacifica. If you want the reliability and the fuel economy, you get the Pacifica.
So just get the Pacifica.
Or sorry, you get the Sienna.
Okay. Okay. Xavier wants a 4-second horn blast.
Okay.
Horn, yeah. Jeez.
There you go.
So obnoxious. Do you have these in the Sienna?
No, not really. The Toyota 2.5 liter is not the most refined powertrain, but there's still a good amount of power. Let me see here if we get on it. I'm foot to the floor. It's not fast, but it's fast enough. I bet if we were loaded up with a bunch of people in the back, then it'd be even worse. But realistically, you don't need to be doing 5-second 0 to 60s in your minivan.
Yeah.
If you want to do that, you get a Durango Hellcat.
There you go. Hellcat in a minivan.
Yep.
There you go. What kind of transmission does this have?
CVT.
Oh.
Yep.
Are there other interior colors available that you know of?
Probably.
Okay.
Yeah, there's probably a black, maybe a gray on the cheaper trims or something.
Let's see if I'm getting. Oh, just saw that on my peripheral. The Pittsburgh Man is asking if you've ever driven the Nissan Quest.
I have not. Maybe I'll have to go out on a quest for a quest.
That's funny.
A quest. Just for you, Pittsburgh Man. If I find a quest on a used lot or something, I'll hit it up.
Yeah.
Let's do a little 60 to 0. You mind, Liz?
I do not. I know.
That's actually pretty quick.
That was decently subtle too.
Yeah.
Like I like that the beginning of it didn't jerk you forward. It was kind of like a soft.
Yeah. Do a little launch stir here. Leisurely pace. And look, no fake shifting. I respect that. I appreciate that Toyota didn't do anything stupid like put in paddle shifters or fake shifting. They did probably put a sport mode in. Yeah, there's sport and eco, but you know what? I'll forgive them for that.
Okay.
Because it's pretty simple. It's just...
There was a comment earlier about how silly it is to put sports stuff in vans.
Yeah. So at least it doesn't have fake shifting, it doesn't have fake engine noise, and it doesn't have paddle shifters.
I guess when you're late to soccer practice, you'd throw it in that, and so.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, oh no, we got to get the kids to school, and I had to take a crap in the morning, so we're late.
Okay, Louis C.K. bit.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Awesome.
And do you want to update NC Styles on where our Model Y is?
Sure, NC Styles. We actually sold our Model Y back in December. It was sad. We didn't necessarily want to do it, but we ended up making about $14,000 after tax, title, fees, everything, about $11,000 after driving it for 20,000 miles. So yeah, we liked having it. The only other thing that kind of made me okay with selling it is the range was pretty darn low. It was realistically, if you're on the highway, only about 170 miles or so, like at max, which means safely you're only doing about 150 miles in between charging stops, which was fine for me. But say, for example, I wanted to just let Alyssa go out, visit her friends somewhere a few hundred miles away, like, it just kind of becomes a little bit more of a hassle. You have to plan out your trips and everything. I like planning out my trips and kind of, it's like a little challenge, like how can we do this best? What's gonna be the best route to go? But Alyssa just wants to get in and drive and get there. She cares more about the destination than the trip. So it's much easier in our Maverick for her to just go and drive.
Yeah, it really is.
So someday we'll get a Tesla that has 300 miles of range or so that she can easier just pop in with the route planner or whatever and just maybe one charging stop to get somewhere.
I did cry though the day we sold it.
Yeah.
I was sad.
It was a neat car, but...
It was great. It was my friend.
Maverick's been great. I like the Maverick a lot.
Yeah, it's fine.
You need to do more Maverick truck things. You need to
I'm not a truck person.
Well, you could be.
Whatever. William wants to know what our average fuel economy has been.
Well, today it's been less than 20, but we've also been hooning it. This car, I don't know, over a certain amount of time, it's been getting 30 miles per gallon average, so that's pretty good.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah. We haven't driven it too much yet, but we'll be doing more driving, fuel economy testing, etc., and I'll let you know.
Okay, great. All right. The Sienna is made in
Indiana.
Princeton, Indiana. If you guys can read that shakiness and horrible print. The Pittsburgh Man says them some good brakes. Yeah. Surprisingly.
Gotta be safe.
Gotta be safe. Aiden wants to know what your favorite van is.
Pacifica, but this is, if this weren't as ugly and didn't feel as basic inside, even at 55 grand, then it would be this.
Xavier, you have some really interesting questions. He says, or wants to know if this car can outrun a husky.
Probably. Is one of your dogs a husky, Xavier?
I want to know the reason behind
well, I know he's got dogs. I know he's got 2 of them.
It's just so funny. We named the Tesla, real original, Tesla.
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 We didn't want to just be Tessa.
Because everyone's Tesla.
Tesla.
Tesla. And it was funny because like a week after we got it and named it, Charlie's mom was like, I hope you guys didn't name it something stupid like Tesla. And it was pushing it. It was a funny moment. Ford guy wants to know if we can put it into EV mode, please.
Yes, but I have to slow down first. So once we get into our pull off up here, then I will do that.
That looks awful on screen.
Okay.
Yep. And let's see if I got all of the comments. Miran says, the main reason I don't vibe with Toyota is they charge more for an old car.
Yeah.
They charge me. Yeah. I don't mind the tech in Toyota, just they don't update their design nor their engine for about a decade or even more. That sounds fair. Yeah.
Yeah, Toyota's often behind the curve. They milk things, make sure it's properly without necessarily being done the best way.
Right.
Or the newest, coolest way.
Ford Guys wants to see the engine.
Okay.
We'll do that on our next walk around. And Joshua John says, I think there's a Sienna X SE with more aggressive styling.
Yeah, I think there is too. Yeah. But I don't really care for aggressive styling. I'm a minivan.
Yeah. Yeah, you want your minivan to look like a big fat smiling whale.
I guess. I want my minivan to look as subtle as possible so I can go flying by cops at 20 over and they don't care.
Well then, I mean, just never sell your town and country.
Exactly. That's why I love having my town and country. The only problem is the town and country is starting to get rusty and old and beat up enough to the point where it's starting to.
Yeah.
So it's transitioning over from old grandma van to drug dealer van. So I need to go out there with some black Flex Seal paint, and paint it black again over the rust bits.
Yeah, that'll help.
Yep.
That'll help a little bit when it's flying by. It's a big black blur.
Yep.
Yep.
Alright, now we'll go into EV mode. So what EV mode in Toyota hybrids does is it allows you to say, well, it locks the car in electric vehicle mode. That's what EV mode is. Say you needed to pull your car out of the driveway or out of the garage or something so you could wash it, and you didn't want to start the engine up, you could just turn it on, press EV mode, and then the engine won't start. So you can just drive nice and easy. But right now, if I were to put my foot too far to the ground, it deactivates it and says accelerator pressed too far.
That's what the little beeping sound is, right?
Yep. But while I'm driving nice and easy, then we're just on electric vehicle mode.
Okay, nice. Ford Guys also wants to know what the pedestrian detection sounds like in reverse. If it makes like those beeping sounds like cars are doing now.
Well,
in reverse.
I guess we could have Alyssa stand back there and I could try backing into her.
Yeah. But in EV mode, so it's not fast.
Okay.
Yeah, Nissan waits like 2 decades for tech and design.
Yeah. I'm not going to talk about Nissan. Although, the Topher's going out to drive the new Z car, so that'll be cool.
Which Topher?
Main Topher.
The big Topher?
Not substitute Topher.
Not the big toe, not the little toe?
Correct. Yeah, that's what we should call him.
The big toe.
Alright, go ahead and stand back there, Liz, and then I'll try to hit you.
Okay. Don't.
Okay.
Don't try. Do it.
Just do it.
It's very windy out there.
Yeah.
Did we forget the wind guard?
No, I just didn't put it on.
Oh. So I hope you guys can hear it over this wind. I should back up some. I don't hear anything. Ooh, you guys are not going to hear much over that wind.
Flip-flop with me.
Okay.
Stand there and just put it in reverse, and you'll see the little man pop up on the screen, and it'll beep at you.
Okay. Oh, I gotta... Oh. It doesn't like that I left the door open. The little man! It is making a beeping sound in here. Ooh! That was a hard-on brake. It said brake right in here too in red.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
So if your stupid kids run out behind you while you're trying to back up, then the car will get it.
Or anyone's stupid kids, not just yours.
Yeah. Yeah, it should be able to detect if they're your kids or if they're your annoying neighbor kids and just hit them anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's very windy here.
It is very windy. We should leave.
Okay. You want to drive?
Oh, we should also see the engine before we leave.
Yeah, I'll do a quick engine clip and then we'll go and do another walk around somewhere where there's less wind. You can get comfortable if you want to drive.
Sweet.
Let's see here. Let Alyssa stay nice and warm, toasty inside. See if I can find, there it is. There's your motor. 2.5 liter inline 4 paired up with hybrid tech. Pretty straightforward, pretty easy to work on, it looks like too. 0W16 for the oil. That's interesting. Ooh.
Yeah, actually, what's this?
Because I wanted to make sure I didn't hit you.
Oh, okay. It like braked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Automatic emergency braking.
Automatic emergency
in
brake.
the rear. You look like you're decently settled in.
Decently.
Looks like your height is good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is that the highest it goes?
Probably not. Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually it is. Yeah. I'll recline a little bit. Alright. This is a little...
Yeah, you gotta lean forward for that, don't you?
I feel like such a schlub being like, oh, I gotta lean forward just because, meh. Alright.
Look at all this expansive space up here, though. It's such a neat,
Seriously, love that.
open design.
Look at the shelf. You got a shelf.
Yeah, you can set all sorts of crap right there.
You shouldn't, though. But you could.
Put things there. It's got a little phone holder there, wireless charger behind it, cup holder, more cup holders, and
more cup holders.
Big old center thing there. You can see how deep that goes.
No space for a big gulp, though.
Well, up here you could probably fit a big gulp into one of these. And then look at this giant kind of middle compartment there.
I love this.
We've got the camera bag and Alyssa's purse and room to spare, so you can put a lot in there.
Can I go down this one? Yeah. Heated steering wheel.
Right, isn't that nice?
Yeah.
Have you... Oh, go ahead.
I really like head-up displays.
Yeah, I do too.
I really like that.
Have you driven the new Audi Q8 yet? I'm pretty sure I have, but it was years ago when I was at Car and Driver.
So new?
I haven't driven one here. Yeah. Can you test out the 3-cylinder Rogue? I didn't know they made a 3-cylinder Rogue. I'll have to look into that. We'll probably get one. Can you do a test with how fuel efficient that van is? Yep, we're going to test the fuel economy. Absolutely. Pittsburgh Man said attempted murder on a stream when you tried backing into me. And has rear impact detection system where it brakes automatically. Yep. Here's a quick way of closing the hood, speed up and brake. And where's Nathan at? Nathan was driving a Stellantis vehicle and it caught on fire and he died.
What was he actually doing?
I don't know.
Okay.
Got something better to do, I guess.
Oh, jeez.
Miran said he named his Model S Plaid Bunker because the acceleration is bunkers. Even when you have it faster, it hits you out of nowhere. Yeah,
Wow, that's cool.
Someday I'm looking to experience that, Miran. We should hook up and make that happen because
Can't hook up.
I'm sure it's just awesome.
I really don't think I'm a fan of these camera mirrors because it's great. The resolution is really cool and stuff on that, and I like it's like a gimmick. But you can see the light reflecting everything else still, so you're getting two images that are slightly off.
What if you try adjusting it? No, just like move it around so that it's... See what I mean?
Oh, that does help a lot, actually.
I mean, I don't know where...
Yeah, I see what you mean. It's weird, though, because I'm used to having the mirror, like, face me perfectly.
Okay.
And so I readjusted it to do that. But you actually don't need to do that with these camera ones. Which makes sense. The camera somewhere else, and it's putting the image there.
There's actually a Model S right behind us. We went that way though.
It is? Mm-hmm. Nice.
Getting it. Nathan said he was taking comp photos and had technical difficulties.
Raph. Sorry, Nathan. Comp photos are not always that fun to take.
Soonjib said, "Hi, can you make a 2022 Hyundai Ioniq 5 preferred long-range video?" Yes, we're trying to get an Ioniq 5. Been trying to get one for Mr. Brower. Chris, substitute topher, Lil Toe, is actually, he drove one today down in Atlanta. So that's
that
cool.
works.
There you go.
There's no reflection, or at least very minimal. So I'd have to actually look at it longer than I normally would to notice it. Although I can see your finger in it.
You can just try normal mode too.
Is it this?
Mm-hmm.
I can't see anything. I'm driving. Hold on.
Joshua John, did you hear about Ford selling new Explorers and other vehicles with missing parts? I did hear that. Thing is they're not the only brand doing that. There are plenty of brands that are not optioning their vehicles properly. Like BMW cut different features that you can no longer get on some of their cars, and I think it was Chevy, like you go into the build configurator and there are options that you can't get anymore because of that. So Ford is just, it's a little more sensationalized the way they did it, but I mean Tesla shipped out cars without USB ports because they didn't have them. So I feel for the brands right now. I know it's tough with the supply chains.
Ooh, that sounds so weird. Is that the road or the tire or what?
Both, I guess.
Wow, sounds so...
Yeah. So what else do you want to know about the new Sienna? It's a boring car, but it's a good boring car.
I actually really enjoy driving it so far. I'm really relaxed.
Right?
These are really comfortable seats. This is positioned so perfectly, so I would sit like this all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. I also really like that it's such a giant vehicle, but it doesn't really necessarily feel like you're driving a giant vehicle. I love that because it makes me want to drive a giant vehicle. I'm really comfortable where I am. I don't feel like I'm too close, and maybe you guys may think otherwise, but I don't feel like I'm too close to the steering wheel. The seat is positioned really nicely. I can see all of the gauge cluster where I have my wheel at, and this also has a sloping hood. See over the hood, or I don't see too much of the hood. It slopes down, so I see more of the road than I would of the hood.
Yeah.
That's also something I like about vehicles. So, yeah, I think this is a great van for a person of my stature and target market.
Absolutely.
Yeah. It's really neat.
Would you get the plug-in hybrid Chrysler? I would. Yeah, it's tough for me because I really like having stow-and-go seats. I think those are super nifty, especially for what I use a van for. But that plug-in hybrid aspect is pretty cool too. It's kind of small on the range, but for a lot of daily driving, I think it makes a lot of sense for, say, if you were a soccer mom or soccer dad, you were running your kids back and forth to school and practice and everything, you could do most of that on electric. That's pretty cool. Miran said to Nathan, so you didn't catch fire in a Stellantis? Pittsburgh Man, Big Toe, Lil Toe, Charles, Nathan, and Lissa, the Daily Motor Music Group, Midwest Rap's finest.
That's awesome.
Yep.
Big toe, little toe.
Hey Chandler, glad to have you in.
Hi Chandler.
Chandler says he likes it, checks all the minivan boxes. In his opinion, I agree. Asked about the third row legroom. It's pretty good. It's probably not the most spacious, but as adults you could sit back there and be plenty comfortable. And there's a lot of adjustment for the second row, as you can see. Yeah, escaping from Bronco jail.
Escaping Bronco jail.
A lot of room in the second row. You can move way forward, and the third row legroom is huge.
Yeah.
And it says soccer mom car, or if you have 3+ kids. I agree.
Yeah.
Will there be a plug-in hybrid Sienna all-wheel drive? Probably.
You think so?
Yeah, I think Toyota's going to start moving into more and more plug-in hybrids.
Well, it's interesting because the Pacificas don't have the plug-in hybrid and the all-wheel drive function in one vehicle because they could not physically put all the mechanisms in the car together. So it's either hybrid or all-wheel drive, not both. Oh, with the stow and go. That's the other thing.
I can't remember if you can get an all-wheel drive plug-in hybrid Pacifica. You might be right.
I think I definitely remember that not being a thing.
Okay.
When we went to that press event.
I know the Pinnacle model didn't have stow and go, and I know the plug-in hybrids don't have stow and go, but I can't remember if the plug-in hybrids have all-wheel drive.
Because the batteries have to go where the powertrain
That might have been it.
thing would go. So it was either both of them. Yeah, you could get stow and go with the hybrid, and you could get stow and go.
Can't get stow and go with the hybrid.
Oh.
Yep.
Stow and go with the all-wheel drive?
Yes.
Okay.
As long as it's not
That's
Pinnacle.
what it was. Got it.
Yeah. Yeah, Chrysler's making it confusing on us.
It really is. But that would be cool if Sienna could do all-wheel drive and
Plug-in hybrid.
plug-in hybrid.
Yeah.
Because I don't think, and they don't really do the stow and go stuff, so maybe that's why.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry. Very confusing.
Chandler, that sounds good. Just shoot me a message, and yeah, thanks for writing that up. We got about 10 more minutes or so. We'll still drive around, get a few more thoughts. Maybe we'll do a little bit. Maybe we'll get back to HQ a little bit early and walk around and look again at the seat for anyone who missed it earlier.
Oh, I did not see that person. Oh, they also don't.
They are very confused. Very ghetto, clapped out navigator there. Texting.
I don't know. Let this person be a buffer in between me and them.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Some of the things you see out here in the streets, kids.
Stay indoors.
Yep. Stay inside and play video games. Joshua John. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I missed your message earlier, Josh. It's not great. I'm pretty sure the Pacifica's is better, but we'll do some more testing this week and see how it is. I think the Kia's is probably better too. The sound system.
Oh, got it.
Drug dealer navigator, absolutely.
Yeah. Missing its grill.
Yep. I feel like if I were gonna deal drugs, I would just want the most nondescript car. Like,
yeah.
I would just want like a silver Toyota Camry.
Yeah.
A little bit newer model, like a 2014. Yeah.
Also, if I was dealing drugs and a man, I'd wear a suit. I'd wear the most basic suit there is, right? And then maybe have a pair of glasses. I don't know why I've thought about this a lot. And then have the most basic sedan, like, commuter car that you can have.
Right.
Look like you're going to work.
Yep.
Yeah.
Aiden, do you think the Honda is going to make a plug-in hybrid Odyssey? I don't think so. Honda's not quite as into those plug-in hybrids as some of the other brands, so I don't see it happening. Maybe a hybrid, but I could just see them switching to full electric when the time comes using the GM batteries.
I really like how the steering wheel feels. It's soft. It's also kind of thin, which is all right with me.
Yeah, I like thinner wheels as well.
Yeah. And I don't know, the leather feels really rough and soft at the same time. So I kind of like that.
Yeah, they've got a little bit of golf ball material there, but then on the bottom and top, it's more of a smooth.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
Yep.
For when your hands get all sweaty and clammy from ripping your Odyssey around. Pittsburgh Man says if he were dealing drugs, he'd be driving an electric scooter.
Where are you going to put all the drugs?
I guess in a little under storage compartment. Ford is recalling 250,000 F-150s Explorers because they can lose all of their brake fluid.
Oh my gosh.
Ford, come on, man.
It would be really upsetting if they start, there's no like fake wood to knock on in here, but recalling Mavericks.
This looks like fake wood.
It's not.
It's not even fake wood?
It's like pinstripe pant.
Ah.
Yeah. I had a pair of pants that looked like this when I was like in middle school. My dressy pants.
DM Squirty, we just floored it a little bit earlier. Unfortunately, we're not in a position we can floor it anymore. Oh, just kidding. Melissa
Just
floored it for like, yeah, quick moment. Yep.
Floor it over the speed bump.
Not the cushiest ride, but it's really not bad.
I have not noticed a single thing.
Yeah.
We also haven't really too much broken pavement. But...
Right. Let's go back where we started.
Right.
Any last thoughts on the Odyssey, everyone? Like I said, we'll do a little walking around and we'll check out the back seats again.
I'd like to take this to a parking lot. Like a Meijer or Walmart parking lot and see how I feel about it. Like, I think I'd actually like to take it on a grocery run.
Yeah.
And see, oh, it's got a really tight turning radius.
Right, it is quite good.
I'm gonna do this again.
I'm gonna do it again.
That I like. That I like. I can make an entire U-turn in this parking lot.
We might have convinced Lissa into the minivan life.
I think I'm like there.
She's hooked.
We just need some kids.
Anyone want to donate kids? Hit us up, Charlie at thedailymotor.com. We'll take the kids. Lissa, Pittsburgh Man said, LMAO, Lissa definitely scared Charlie there.
With what?
Probably the flooring it.
Oh, I did?
I don't know. And Miran said, when I get my Wrangler, does that mean it's going to catch on fire even though it's getting a Elephant swap? Oh wait, Elephant is Stellantis engine. Does that mean if I Coyote swap it, it'll stop the fire? Well, Miran, if you get the Wrangler, it'll catch on fire. And if you Coyote swap it, it will not have brakes or working windshield wipers. What else does Ford do? It'll probably just have stupid Ford things, so it'll make it worse. That's what I'm saying. You gotta LS swap it, unfortunately. Or Tesla motor swap it.
Tesla motor?
Yeah, a lot of people take Tesla motors, the electric motors out of Teslas and swap them into things.
I was gonna say they
like
don't
old
have
Beetles
motors.
and stuff. Technically, they're motors. They're not engines.
There it is. Okay.
Yep. Nathan pointed out yesterday that what a concept. Buttons and switches and dials, physical controls. We definitely appreciate that.
Although there is so much space being wasted.
Yeah, it is interesting how there's a lot of dead space on the side there.
Push these all the way out to here, make them on a slant, and make the screen that much larger.
Right.
But I'm sure there was a reason. And look how tiny the button is.
Yeah, for the hazards.
That's so tiny.
It works though.
It does.
Pittsburgh Man said Charlie is now the Mr. Steal Your Kids. Hide your kids, hide your wife.
And hide your husband.
And Aiden, do you think Audi's going to make a plug-in hybrid Q8? I could see that happening. Audi has a pretty robust... Well, actually, Audi hasn't been doing a ton of plug-ins. They'll probably just go straight electric as well.
Neat.
Back row? Back seat?
Back seat.
Middle row.
Middle?
Middle.
Somewhere.
Can you open the backs from here? Yes, you can.
Oh, I like that.
There you go.
Should I turn this off?
Sure.
Where is it? There it is.
A little walk around of our big gaping mouth Toyota Sienna. Nathan and I are pointing out how it looks like a 3rd gen Pokemon. You have some cool fog lights under there though. And hubcap wheels. Interestingly enough. It's got some roof rails up there. Nice low load floor in the back. It's overall a pretty low vehicle in general. It's about 6 feet tall, not too bad. Actually less than that even.
That is a stretch for me to get that button, but this is so much.
Yeah, look at all that. Room for activities. We put our little drink down there on the side, armrest. I do wish this armrest went a tad bit lower because when you reclined, it's still up a little high.
I agree, because you don't want...
Yeah, little dinosaur. Yeah.
Yep. What was the last comment you read?
One from Pittsburgh Man about...
There are 3. There have been many.
all of them then. Is there, what's the last one? Is there no longer...
Is there no larger screen available?
No, this is the top diggity dog, so you're not getting anything bigger for this one.
Right.
But I bet when Toyota puts the new touchscreen system in there, the Toyota Connect thing, it'll be a lot better.
Toyota
bigger.
Connect, what's that?
Or Toyota, it's Connected Services or something. That's the name of their new infotainment. And all their vehicles eventually.
Do they have to remake the vehicles in order to put that, or is it just an upgrade?
They'll just kind of reformat that center area right there.
Like they'll contact current Sienna owners?
No, it'll be a new vehicle.
That's what I'm asking.
Yeah, no, it'll be a whole new system.
So don't buy this one. Wait for the
if you care a lot about infotainment. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would.
Yeah, you would, but once you have 3 screaming kids in the back, you probably couldn't really care less. Just need it to work.
You think that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. We're all caught up on, well, the Pittsburgh Man just says Trex arms. Nice. Or T-Rex arms, not Trex.
Trex. T-Rex. Interesting that there's these little handle things right in the seat.
Whoa, that's not like it broke.
Huh. Yeah, that's strange. Yeah, Odyssey, pretty good car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's a pretty good car.
I think it's, like I said earlier, if you were going to own it for a long time or do a lot of driving in it, in your minivan, then I would get the Sienna. If you wanted a little bit more, if you wanted the plug-in hybrid aspect or the styling or the really luxurious interior, you go with the Chrysler, the Pacifica. Other than that, those are my top. I'd say the best driving minivan is the Odyssey, but I don't think a lot of people are buying a minivan to like whip it. Yeah. And again, you could also just get a Durango SRT.
Yeah, if you're wanting to whip it.
Whip it.
Whip it.
Yeah.
Cool whip.
Cool whip.
Yeah, I think I'm ready for the van life when it hits us.
Yeah?
I mean, we're already in van life, but it's not active.
Right. Well, we're going to get an all-electric Volkswagen ID4 van. Or not ID4, ID Buzz.
ID Buzz.
Mm-hmm. Alyssa likes her Volkswagens and electric cars.
Yeah, but that one's a stretch.
Is it?
It's just so crazy. I'd have to actually see it in person in order to just be like, yeah.
Right. I'll be looking forward to...
You can have that, and I'll have a Tesla again, and we'll be fine with our 2 electric vehicles. Like,
you're the one who wants the Volkswagen. I would like a Tesla.
No, I'm the one that wants the Tesla.
All right.
I've had a Volkswagen, and it was nice.
All right, so we'll just get 2 Teslas?
Okay. We'll just
Deal.
have the Maverick on standby.
Yep.
For when we want to go somewhere that we don't want to charge for.
Yep, exactly. Cool.
All right.
Some last comments?
Yeah. Aiden is asking how long we've been doing the tube.
The tube?
YouTube.
Just over 2 years.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. 2 years.
2 years.
2 years.
2 years, Aiden.
That's how long.
Yep.
Okay.
All right.
Is that it?
Yeah.
What about that green one?
DMS QWERTY Keyboards saying I have a cool hat.
That is a cool hat.
Thanks.
Your mother made it, didn't she?
No, it's my grandmother's.
Oh, your grandma.
It's my dead grandmother's cashmere hat.
Neat. Shout out dead grandmas. Cool. All right.
I've got a hippie vibe.
Do ya? Well, there it is, folks. The 2022 Toyota Sienna. Boring car, good car. That's what Toyota does best. We will be in next week with some fun cars. We have a Land Rover Defender and a Genesis GV70.
We're gonna take the Defender on that, oh shoot.
And actually, it's not a Defender, it's a Discovery.
There you go.
Yeah.
Because we've had the Defender and we wrecked it.
Yeah, we got it stuck.
Yeah.
We might take it off-road, we'll see.
Yeah,
See what next
the
week is in
off-road
store.
Spark. Yeah.
Cool.
That's what I'm saying.
Well, thanks everyone for watching. Shout out to all the OGs. We had Pittsburgh Man, Yas, Miran. It's a good stream. Joshua John, Audi Fanboy. Thanks for watching, and be sure to tune in next week for some fun luxury car. Any last comments? All right. Oh.
William is asking if we can start an audience-submitted co-part series on the podcast.
Yeah, I'd say so. Just comment on the old one. Comment on the existing one, and we'll get to those comments in the following weeks.
Perfect.
Cool.
Great.
Great. Well, we'll see you on the next one. We're Charlie and Alyssa with Daily Motor, and as always, drive on.